Namaste, Devi और सज्जनों, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Sounds Good Podcast. आज हमारे साथ हमेशा की तरह मेरे co-host मिस्टर पार्थ वलुंग सर है और हमारे स्पेशल गेस्ट नाम इनका माइलो है पर पी रहे ये रेडबुल है मिस्टर मिलिंद जी। और बच्चों के ड्रिंक्स है, सीधा अडल्ट के ड्रिंक्स पे जम मारते हो। बच्चों के ड्रिंक्स का नाम है इनका, पर रेडबुल में दूध की कोई भी शक्तियां नहीं है, डीएचए भी नहीं है, तो बहुत और रेड बुल के आर्टिस्ट होते हुए माइलो जी इंडिया को रिप्रेजेंट कर चुके हैं बीट बॉक्सिंग में। बहुत ही जबरदस्त आर्टिस्ट है और काफी बेहतरीन म्यूजिशियन। इनके अदर इंटरेस्ट भी है, ये गिटार भी बजाते हैं, गाने भी गाते हैं, ये मास मीडिया भी कर चुके हैं। इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग फ्रॉम एमआईटी कोथरूड। सेक्शन नहीं बता सकता, थोड़ा क्रीपी हो जाएगा। इंट्रोडक्शन दिया था अपना, तो मैं बहुत अच्छे से याद रखता हूँ इनको। एक्चुअली मैं मिला था एक दूसरे आर्टिस्ट के गिग में जिनका नाम है पीयूष बिसेकर विद मिस्टर हिमांशु चौहान, और मुझे पता नहीं था कि ये नामचीन बीट बॉक्सिंग की कला के अभिनेता है। मुझे बाद में पता चला कि इन्होंने बहुत नाम कमाया है बीट बॉक्सिंग में, और मुझे तो ये नॉर्मल शख्सियत के तौर पे मिले थे पीयूष बिसेकर के गिग पे। और बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग इंसिडेंट था कि तभी गली बॉय रिलीज हुई थी और पीयूष के सॉन्ग के बाद में बहुत हार्ड बोल रहा था ओल्ड स्कूल डिसाइफर भाई। फिर मेरे को मिलिंद ने बोला डिसाइफर, अरे वो मेरा दोस्त है।
Yeah, that वो हुआ था, that happened.
बहुत ही सरियल मोमेंट था वो, मेरे को समझ नहीं आया कि मैं कैसे बोलूं। मैं सोचा तो दो तीन और सेलिब्रिटी का नाम लेता हूँ, मतलब एल पचिनो वगैरह क्राउड में। अरे एल पचिनो मेरा दोस्त है यार।
अरे
तो नहीं, बहुत बहुत सही। तो मिलिंद जी बताइए, क्या हाल चाल, कहाँ पे आप अभी और कहाँ
All good,
पे?
bro. I am home. I'm in Bangalore right now. बैठा हूँ, चिल कर रहा हूँ।
क्या बात है,
चल रहा है। As an artist, क्या ही कर सकते हैं अभी? Everything is shut down and we are sitting home and doing the best and making the best out of it. चल ही रहा है।
तो लॉकडाउन से पहले भी हाल यही था सबका।
वही तो dude, that's one thing about, yeah, so that's one thing I mean that I like about being an artist is फर्क नहीं पड़ा जाता, you know.
एग्जैक्टली।
Before the lockdown also we were sitting home producing and
अभी
chilling with
लोग की
friends.
एम्पैथी तो मिल जाती है, लोग की एम्पैथी
Exactly,
आप लोग घर पे बैठे
exactly.
नहीं, वो आप स्टार्टिंग से कर रहे हैं, आप अभी क्या बता रहे हो?
So that's good. अभी भी अरे हाँ ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, अरे लोग चलेगा. It's one and the same.
Exactly.
And I must say, Bharat, what an introduction, bro. I didn't expect that introduction to be here, but amazing. I mean, thank you so much for that. Yeah.
No, thank you for coming, bro. Thank you for coming.
I'm glad to be here.
A lot of people try to act cool ki, "Arey, I don't know you. Hey, what do you do? What's your name again?" If I know the person, if I've met him so many times, then why will I not? So,
yeah,
exactly. Bro, छोटा सा हम लोग भी research कर लेते हैं.
सही है.
So tell me, bro, what were your beginnings as an artist? How did you start?
Okay, so starting off as a kid itself, my interest towards music was way too much because family was into music, right? Mom sings, my grandpa used to sing,
Same.
and the family was into music, basically classical music and all that. And
Same.
same.
Yeah, my mom, my dad, and I and my brother have learned music together. And my mom has also sang on the radio, and I have also been in the choir, and then I was in the music, during the theatric play, the annual function. I was in the music department for like 5 years. Anyways, much about me. So yeah, correct.
Yeah. So that's there. Family music interest is always there, but that's how it got me in the music interest field. But then when I went to school also, like you said, the choir, the groups in there, and we used to go to different school festivals and functions and all. So I used to be a background singer or something, like a chorus giver or something like that. But then eventually when I was in 7th or 8th standard, I picked up the guitar. So
lovely.
That was the first time, 2009, 10. It's been 10 years that these guitars are with me. You can see this.
Wow.
Guitar. So 2010, first time I picked up my guitar. My cousin used to play guitar. So I asked him, will you teach me? He's like, okay. But eventually with his work and marriage life and all, he got busy. And then there was this senior of mine in school who used to, play for the school. So I asked him. So we have like 3 people in the class. We were there. So हमने पूछा कि भैया आप हमें सिखाओगे क्या? तो बोला ठीक है, classes ले लेते हैं. So he used to take classes every day for us after school hours and all that. So that's how I started learning guitar. And singing, though, it is like I'm not a professional singer, never taken any classes. And even the guitar, that was the only time I actually had a class of guitars in the school. Right. After he passed out, there's nothing professional learning and all that. So you can say that I'm a self-taught artist or self-learned artist.
Right.
And then eventually music, singing, guitar, I learned how to produce also, like kaise karte, how do things work. And in 2015, there was a change of my, not change of interest exactly, but then an addition of a new art form was there, which is beatboxing. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, that was my journey from my school days to 2015, where there was an addition of beatboxing. So yeah.
That's fantastic, bro. But like, it's really astonishing is that now people are taking up beatboxing, like, because they see the merit in the career. What was
Hmm.
your calling factor of what was the thing that gravitated you towards beatboxing back then? That's like, were the influences, or were the people around you who were doing it? What was it like?
So see, I'll tell you one thing. What happened with me? I always tell this to everybody whenever somebody asks me, ki, what made you beatbox and what got you into beatboxing. So
Right.
there is this TV show, reality show, which is called India's Got Talent.
Right.
Yeah.
2015, I remember after school on the weekend, घर पे बैठे थे सब लोग, and India's Got Talent was going on. And apparently there were these contenders. They were known as Negative Vibes.
Acha.
Yeah, there were two beatboxers from Bangalore. They're called
Right.
Negative Vibes. Okay,
Right.
one was Sunil Suresh, one was Hilal. So these two
Okay.
guys, I saw them for the first time. That was the first time I heard somebody make a drum or a music from their own voice.
Correct.
And I was like, what is going on? Like, kaise ho raha hai? Then, but as a kid, always like, haan, theek hai, you always say that ki haan, piche se chal raha hai and all that stuff. But then there were another two contestants with them, like rappers stay and all that. Even they were doing the same thing. And then I was like, whoa, this is something which is nice. I mean, it's good to hear and it has a groove to it. So I searched about these guys. I went to YouTube. I saw beatbox videos and all that. I found it very interesting. Wow, this is nice. So I had just passed out of my 10th standard. I was in my 11th. 11th kar raha tha. So apparently in that college of mine, there was this beatboxer. Okay. He was a senior. So he used to beatbox, but he was a very basic beatboxer. But then yes, obviously he was a beatboxer. So I used to listen to him there. Campus में ऐसे ही जब canteen में आते थे, we used to meet for lunch and all. He used to just drop a beat and like I used to listen to him and I was like, wow, bro, can you teach me and all that. So I learned few basics then. So coming back to Hilal and Sunil, these guys were my first idols. They are still my idols. They are the reason why I'm a beatboxer. Okay, I saw them, I got inspired. So there was this college like school fest. We have college fest also, right? So from my college, I learned thoda sa beatboxing. So we formed a team of 4 members, where one was a singer and 2 singers and 2 beatboxers kind of stuff. We formed the team and we used to go to other colleges to perform. So one college, what happened? Hilal and Sunil were judging an event.
Oh, wow.
You guys were judging their event, okay? And if I'm not wrong, this was at St. Joseph's, Bangalore.
Acha, okay.
Yeah, so I went there and I saw Hilal getting ready for a showcase round. And I was like, dude, what the hell is going to happen? Hilal is there. That little fanboy moment, like when you see your idol comedian or idol artist getting ready to showcase before your performance. And I'm like, oh shit, dude, this is going to be very, very nervous thing. Yeah. So that was the first time performing in front of somebody I idolize. Like a fanboy moment. So my Gaya stage, I had like, forget everything, go on the stage, perform. And I was like shivering and all that with fear and anxiety and everything was like mixture. I performed, I came back, I sat. After all the performances were done, Sunil comes on stage. He calls out my name. He's like, who's the beatboxer from this college who did? I want to meet him. He called me on stage and like, good beatboxing, keep it up. And I'm hoping to see you in future. I was like, wow.
Oh, wow.
I was like, wow. So that happened. And later, when everything was done, when we were heading out, Hilal was there. Hilal was downstairs chilling with his friends. So I told him, Hilal, bhai, big fan, can I have a photo with you and all that. So I took a photo with him. And then from there, I started going to other colleges. So now I knew if I keep going to colleges, I will interact with people. I will learn new, like how beatboxing is. So I could see a lot of beatboxers there with Hilal. And they were already professional beatboxers in 2015. Trust me. You can have Vineet Vincent. You can have this guy from Jordan Indian Beat.
Yeah,
Vineet Kumar.
Yeah.
Then there is.
He did a beatboxing with Salman Khan as well, right? Salman Khan liked
it.
Yes,
exactly. So that person.
Both of them are
and
great,
then and then there is Bharat MD, who is MD. The guy from Jordan Indian.
I've heard.
Yeah, he's a beatboxer, and then there are a lot of beatboxers and all that. So I was like, okay, har fest mein jaate, I'll make friends, I'll learn. So I used to go to every fest possible. And that's how I got into the beatbox crew. And I started becoming a little better at beatboxing. And then one fine day I was added to the Beatbox Bangalore community. And then
the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, the WhatsApp group official. I know this is always been there. Agar kisi artist ke WhatsApp group mein ho, so you're officially in the team. That's how it is. So I got added and I was very happy ki I'm here and it's going to be nice. And then there was some misunderstanding. The kids know what to do. Jagde hote rehte. So I left the group. Okay, I just left the group all of a sudden. And then Hilal texted me, what happened? I like this
Did you
happened,
say?
this has happened.
Did you say मैं किसी और का हुई लाल जो?
Oh, God. No.
I was
I
just
wish I could
holding
have said
the
I wish I could have said that, but then no, I didn't.
You would have been like,
But
fucker, let me add you. I remove you again.
no, then yeah. So I told him what actually happened with the misunderstandings and all. And then that particular period of time, the Hilal's group, he had another friend circle, right? I was not so close, but then we were on talking terms. But I still was a friend to him. So he asked me, we are forming this crew called Beats Club. Would you want to be a part? I was like, definitely, why not? If you are there and if I have somebody who can guide me through my journey, why not? So that was the time when I left the Bangalore Beatbox community, the WhatsApp group, and then Hilal and me spoke, and I was added back to the community. Plus, there was a formation of something called as Beats Club. So I'll tell you a
Did they
little
make
about
you like an admin or something like to like compensate?
I wish कि instant में हो जाता, but then yeah,
मेरे
eventually.
साथ बात की मैंने क्लास सेक्शन चेंज किया था मेरे को वापस लाने के लिए they made me a monitor.
Oh God, you know that can be a bribe. अभी के इसमें you bribe somebody of becoming a WhatsApp admin. So ले भाई तू चला. That's how it is, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then what happened?
Yeah, I'll tell you about Beats Club. So everything was back to normal, okay? I was like, okay, we all came together and सब कुछ भूल भाल के back to business, back to square one. Everyone was together. Beats Club formed. Beats Club was initially of 6 people. I will name them if you want.
Yeah.
It's me, Milind, Hilal, Sunil, Anirudh, Karun Krishna, Dilip.
Okay.
We were 6 people. We just formed a crew and we used to chill and all. Hilal also was there and everybody was there. So we used to chill.
Yeah.
One fine day, Sunil came up with an idea. See, we have beatbox festivals, right? We have these competitions, battles going on. But then the genius, the great mind of Beats Club, who we say creative minds, he came up with an idea at 1:30 or 2 in the midnight, saying he called Anirudh. Sunil called Anirudh saying that, Macha, let's do something for Beats Club. Let's have a beatbox festival and let's have battles. He's like, cool, we'll do it. And then we'll have a name for it. And instantly there was a name called Colossal. Instantly. Okay. The name Colossal came up instantly. And then that's how Beats Club and Colossal, Beats Club was formed. And then Colossal as a entity of Beats Club was introduced. And then Colossal was there as a whole exclusive beatbox only festival. And it has been 4 years, 4 editions of, Colossal, which is going on now. We had the first one in Bangalore. We have the second. We have continuous four seasons of Colossal in Bangalore. Wo chal raha hai. Eventually, and I'll come back to the thing. So as from a fan to a friend to a brother, that's how my journey was with Hilal and Sunil. So I was a fan, I became a friend, I became a brother, and now we are like a family. So I belong and I am a part of this crew called Beats Club. And now we have one more guy who was added when I left Bangalore. His name is Vasant VK. So he was added to the crew, and I'm still there, but then Bangalore mein nahi tha, so contribution was a little less because I was in Pune, but I used to still be there for the team whenever they required me. So yeah, that's how I started off beatboxing, and it's been 5 years, and I'm glad that I could get this new art form into me and adapt to everything new. And yeah, that's how I began, and that's how Beats Club and my beatbox journey has been formed. And all credits to Hilal and Sunil to inspire me. I mean, ideal say, what can I tell? I mean,
no, absolutely, bro. It's incredible, bro. It's almost surreal also. I can imagine how it. So, you tell me, like you said that you performed at a lot of college. 1 second, I have something to compete with. 1 second.
You are doing your own battle, huh?
Yeah, he's doing his own battle. Oh, that reminds me. I have something. Yeah, that I have a point to make. Battle se yaad aaya.
Yeah, beat this bitch. Got this.
Oh, bro.
I just have one. I just have
Part we should get a Carl's book.
I swear.
Like to level up or something.
From Milo to Red Bull to Coke. To
I can say I have a bottle of vodka.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Anything also has.
Pani hai. No, he has 4 bottles. Usse complete nahi kar sakta.
Nice.
But so you tell me, bro. Like you said that you performed at a lot of college fairs. what is, so we don't want to, like, we don't hold back when we talk about stuff on our podcast.
Yeah.
I want you to be extremely honest about how the scene is, because it's a new scene. So when there's new scene, there's a lot of infiltration. Like, there are different set of people who come with different ideologies, and there's always that
Right.
clashing thing which happens.
Definitely.
So I know you're one of the OGs. So you tell me, what is the thing? Firstly, we'll begin with the fact that, like, what are the college fests that you preferred a lot, and the college fests that have not resonated you. You don't need to exactly name them. You can name them in like a covert way also. And also, what are the trends about the current beatboxing scene that you can't digest at all? Like, you can't tolerate. Intolerable too.
Right. That's something actually I am looking forward to as an answer now.
Yeah.
Okay,
He must be like, I had come for a podcast. You made this into Coffee with Karan, but no.
No. See, that's what I told Parth, right? If you're having me on board and if you ask the right question, you might end up getting the best and the most sensitive answers from you might not get from anybody else.
I have very few beatboxing friends. I have nobody to please apart from you.
and exactly. And even me, like if you ask me something, I'll be very brutally honest to be
Bro,
frank.
please.
बहुत ज़्यादा ऐसे खुल जाऊंगा. I've got a lot of hate for it. But then who cares, dude? I'm growing.
Just say beatboxer kaisa kama rahe.
Exactly.
And then somebody will do a diss track on you. So
Exactly. If I name somebody, who I'm talking about, and
that's fine, bro. If it goes to overboard, we'll cut it out. If it goes to overboard, we'll cut it out. According to your content, don't worry.
So yeah, college fests back in 2015, if we talk about, everything was just of battling. There were no performances. Everything was face-offs. This battle, that battle, rap battle, hip hop, dance, freestyle, all style, ladies solo, men solo, tag team, etc., etc. But then there was this addition of beatboxing as well. See, initially when you have what I feel, initially when you have a new art form which is growing and which is being introduced to you as a audience or an artist, I don't like battling, to be honest. I don't like you yourself comparing to somebody else and fighting or showing that aggressiveness, may it be on stage, off stage, I don't care. But then if you are going to show that aggression on stage, let's say at least 5% of it will come off stage and be in your head. And that is not good for an artist.
There's a retention of that aggression.
Exactly. That is not good at all. And that too initially, like, dance battles, I can agree. It's been going on from ages, too. Dance battles and this rap battles have been going on from ages. But then 2015 was a peak for beatboxing, when it was introduced and when people were actually getting interested in it. And that was the time when people started battling all of a sudden. I was like, what? Like, I wanted to come in this to learn, not to be better than anybody, dude. But then that point of time, how people's mentality was. If you win a battle, people will recognize you, people will respect you. That's it. And I was like, dude, not happening. I was like demotivated completely.
You're right.
I can't battle. I'm not so good at it. I'm not so good with complex sounds or complex patterns and all that technical stuff in beatboxing. I just know the basics. How will I battle and how will I win? But then, again, Sunil and Hilal, they come in the picture again. There was this fest at... my first ever battle was at a college called CMS Jain in Bangalore.
Okay, right.
That was a fest organized by Hilal because he was a student of the college. And that was my first ever battle. Trust me.
Okay.
I went on the stage. I did some crap. I don't know what I did. I don't remember what I did. I just went on the stage. It was a small square podium in between. Hilal and Sunil are sitting in the front. I'm on the stage. I'm more than beatboxing. I'm talking to people. I'm like, oh, yo, what's up? And like, I just finished. And then after the performance, Hilal and Sunil called me and like, no worries. You have to improve a lot. But I know you will. All good luck. And he just wished me good luck. And he went. That day, entire day I was with these guys. I was just spending time with them and being with them. And there was Afsar, a guy called Afsar, who was there with me. I mean, in the team as well. So the Beats Club, Afsar, Hilal, Sunil, everybody was there. So I used to be with them like both time. And the entire day I was with them. And then another college, Mount Carmel College, Bangalore. It's a girls' college. And they had this fests. Even their beatbox battles was there. I went on the stage. I performed. See, from the time I started till now, whenever, I have battled very less. Okay?
Right.
Let's say I battled for just 4 or 5 times in my entire lifetime. And whenever I battle, it has never been a battle. It's a performance. I don't intend or keep this in mind and go showcase kiya. I have to get qualified for the next round.
Outdo that person. Outdo yourself. Yeah.
Exactly. In doing that, I have never won a championship. I have never won a title for beatboxing. I have never been the best in the world or best in India or top 3, top 4. Titles बहुत है. सबके पास होता है. सबके पास. What is the use? You tell me. Title सबके पास है, bro. If you
Right.
say, if you tell me you're the best in the world, you're the best beatboxer in the world. Okay, so what do I do? How is it beneficial to
Right.
me? Okay,
Right.
you might be having contacts, you might have won so many things, you might have the most complex beat techniques you have. So what do I do? मेरे को क्या है भाई? तू है, तू जाके स्टेज पे दिखाता है, मेरे को क्या फायदा है? You tell me that.
Correct. Absolutely.
You're good. You're top 1. ठीक है, good for you. God bless you. Don't tell it to me and don't show it off to me, bro. But then, if you look at, see, the other perspective. So I'll tell you one thing. There are 2 types of beatboxers. Okay? Let's come to this. I'm a little deviating from the topic, but I want to make this clear.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Please.
See, 2 kind of beatboxers you will always find. One, a performer. The other, obviously, the battler.
Right.
The battler's intention, see, it's always been and it will always be to be better than others. And if you come on stage facing off somebody, you will want to prove yourself better than that person, the opposite person, basically.
Correct.
And
correct.
That's a cat race. You're coming on the stage, you're battling, you want to be better than the other person, you level up. See, leveling up, they call that leveling up. To be better than others, they call it leveling up, the battlers. They always have these fights on the stage and they have grudges. And I'll tell you one insight at the last, I'll keep it for the last. So battlers are very aggressive, and I ask people, why do you battle, dude? Don't you get that aggression? It's like, nahi hota nahi hai, nahi hota, kuch nahi hota, it's all good. We're all friends, we're all chill. I like bullshit. I like bullshit. This is not how it works, Like to stage pe jayega, and your friend or even some unknown person comes in front of you and battles and wins against you. You lose against that person. तेरे दिमाग में खटकेगा ना, bro, कि अरे ये क्या हो गया, bro. See, let's say that not entirely 100% of that will be hate, but even 5 or 10% of that will exactly resonate outside the performer, that stage,
Absolutely.
बाहर हो गया, कुछ तो दिमाग में रहेगा ना. And then the second type of beatboxers is me. I call myself a performer, and that's what I like about myself. I go on the stage.
That's what it truly is. That's what it truly is.
That's always been there.
That's the authentic form of being a beatboxer.
We're talking about the second beatbox type, right? So that is me. I call myself a performer, and that is how it has always been. I go, I perform, I don't care, I just come back. I don't want to be better than somebody else because I don't fight with others. I don't want to be like, इस पे खींचो चलो, मेरे पे भी उड़ेगा क्यों भाई? I just fight for myself. Why shouldn't I alone enjoy the happiness of rolling in a mud? Why should I give that, as a kid, when you roll in a mud, you enjoy that. So I was like, okay, I'll roll alone. Why should I get somebody and fight with him and give him the pleasure of that rolling mud happiness? No.
Right.
I'll fight for myself. I'll fight with myself. And I'll be better than myself. That's it.
There's a lot of clarity of thought in what you just said. There's a lot of sorted, you give a very sorted vibe when you're saying like that. Because a lot of people feel that accomplishments are made by the parameter of them trying to defeat people or trying to be at the top, being the best artist, being the most followed artist, being the most paid artist, the most gigging artist, which is a very good thing. Because when you focus on yourself, the people who focus more on themselves and their art form are have that thing that they represent, because everybody is a representative of their art, right? So
exactly.
You're ambassador of your own personal brand which you're building. So you might protect that rather than trying to over PR yourself or trying to, So
Perfect.
I think as long as you're not doing it to seek approval, battling every now and then is good to test your own abilities and understand where you stand. But if that is your main way of finding out how other people are, because art is subjective, there's so many different ways. How can you compare two chalk and cheese? That's what I don't understand. So
see, now you mentioned this. I will highlight one more thing. Sorry. See, now as a performer, let's say, I won't name a person, but I'll give an example of him because I don't want that. See, controversy without friendship is good, but with friendship, I am not good. Okay.
Yeah.
So this friend of mine is a champion. He has a title, basically.
Okay.
He has a title.
Okay.
But then one of his beatbox videos went viral recently.
Okay.
30 million views.
What are you saying?
Instagram.
It's not that difficult to find who that is, but
30 million Instagram views. You'll find it. I know. See, I don't want to name, but you'll find it.
not a lot of people have 30 million views
Ah.
anyway. PewDiePie would not.
Instagram. He put up a reel on Instagram. 30 million views. Wow.
I
Great.
know who we're talking about.
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay. I know who we're talking about. That controversy that happened. Okay. Right. Correct.
That thing. He go check out that reel of his which got viral. Nothing complex. Nothing the best of the world can't do. Every beatboxer can do that. Every performer can do that. That's how it is. See, now if you tell me, go check out the world's top beatboxer ka video. He is there because he's earned the title. Okay, इसलिए वो उधर है, बराबर? People recognize him because he is the best in the world and all that. But then if you come to this guy, he see, I'm not saying that he's not won titles, he's not done all that. But the way that video got viral, the content in that video is not something very complex or something which is, oh damn, this is too out of the world. No.
It was more astonishing to the people who watched it because they probably were not. I think within the community, you guys might be like, this is something that we.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
See, even that, right? The way, see, that's how it is. He didn't battle that time. He was not battling for his video to go 30 million. He was not fighting, or he was not comparing himself for his video to reach 30 million. He just performed. He just gave his heart and soul. He said that I'm going to show you the best or something which I can do to entertain you guys. उसने किया, उसका वो video hit हुआ, and he got it. Simple. That's how it is. See, not every battle video you see, or not every face-off or grudge video or stage one-on-one battles might be 30 million. But this guy's video just did. And what was it? A performance. So a performer for me is much peaceful in dimag mein, peace of mind. It gives peace of mind more than being a battler. See, I don't again say that being a battler is bad or you shouldn't be battling. Everyone has their own approaches, and success for everyone is very subjective. For me, success might be drinking this Red Bull now, and 2 महीने बाद एक और crate मिल जाएगा. That's how it is. For me, success might be.
This made us sound like an alcoholic.
See, okay. So for me, another success would be कि podcast record हो रहा है, Spotify पे जाएगा, YouTube पे जाएगा, people will know me. That's my success.
Absolutely.
But for other people, success might be, oh nahi, आज Indian Beatbox Championship hai, I have to go there, I have to be better than others, better than this, better than that, blah blah blah. Dude, why are you stressing yourself out, man? Come on, that's not what you want to do in your life, right? You don't want to stress yourself out.
You are right on that, bro. You're completely right on that. But I also think is to one point it's fine to think that success because you need some external motivation.
Definitely.
Listen to me. But to consider yourself a failure when you lose, that is wrong.
That is very wrong.
That is wrong. That's why a lot of people get too carried away by not getting enough marks or not, securing a certain kind of job or doing a certain kind of thing because the standards themselves are so changeable within the ecosystem that 20 years later the standard might be completely different. So what you're basing your whole life and your whole attributes on right now is not just like you. It's not permanent. It's temporary. So
exactly.
Because 5 years ago there was no scene, like you said, like not major scene. You started.
Yeah. Now I'll tell you.
Please. No, good. Go on. I'll add it afterwards.
Yeah. So see, like you said, right? The people will have this negative thinking, "Arey, I lost," and this thing. That is also there in the community. In the Indian beatbox community, वो बहुत ज़्यादा है. If a person thinks that he's the best in his room, okay, he might have been an OG. Okay, if you call me an OG, right? I'm not. I'm just a performer. I'm just smiling.
I think OG is also subjective.
Also subjective.
Yeah.
OG is also subjective.
You might be the OG of your college. You might be OG of the city. You might be
OG of my own self.
Yeah, exactly.
So the Indian community has a lot of OGs. Okay?
Right, absolutely.
People who have started and all that.
Yeah.
Now there was this guy who is, incredible at what he does as a battler. Okay? As a battler, make that clear. As a battler, he's incredible at what he does, but then he can't handle failure.
Right.
He will blame it on the judges.
I've seen those people.
Okay. He will blame it away straight away, dude. No matter who the judge is, how close he is, how new or how big that judge का level is, फर्क नहीं पड़ता उसे. मैं हारा, जज की गलती है भाई. जज को समझने में क्या किया. What is this, dude? If you say that if you're a battler and if you want to be in that category, respect your elders, right? Respect the person who is much on a higher level than you.
Yeah, I think a lot of people just see the senior people or the judges as like barriers or gatekeepers rather than
Exactly.
actual designated
Idealizing
people
them.
who know their
See,
job.
that's the
Yeah.
difference, right? They see them as
It's like you're
someone
coming between me and my title. That's
exactly.
like their
Right.
That's how they've seen them. They see themselves as a barrier, like you said. Ki मैं successful होना चाहता हूँ. This guy is not letting me come in. अरे, dude, he is there because he knows what you don't know. And
Absolutely, bro.
if he judges you on the basis of how you have done, and if he thinks that you are not capable enough right now to win that particular battle, take it positively. Be better next time, na.